Did
September 11th, 2017. We're continuing with our look at former Harris Graphics, Sheridan Iron Works employees, and there's three who are here right now. There were three. The third guy better not run away here. Floyd Bursey. Make sure Floyd doesn't run away on us. Okay, looks like Floyd Bursey's trying to make it out, but before we get to Floyd Bursey, we got this fella here. What's your name, young fella?
My name is Norman Monette.
Norman Monette, and you ever go by another name besides Norman?
They always call me Puggy.
How'd that happen?
That happened when I was going to school back in Moores. I graduated from the Moores High School in 1948.
1948, I was a year old.
Yeah, it's a long time.
You were very young though in 48.
Yeah, I was very young.
Okay, Norm, when did you start at Sheridan Iron Works?
I started in 1953.
Okay.
I started working when I came back from Korea. I applied for a job, and I got a job about 4 days after I got home.
Just hiring veterans, or you just...
I worked for George Cameron in the foundry.
Oh, no.
I started from the bottom.
My sympathies.
Yeah, it was a job. I was glad to get home.
Oh, sure. How many years did you work in the foundry?
I worked in the foundry about 6 months. We moved patterns from the third-story building to a new warehouse they built to store them.
A pattern shop there where Al Glode ran for many years?
Yeah, we moved to that metal building.
Okay.
It was a big job. I was the guy that located the patterns in the new building.
You were the pattern finder.
Yeah.
And of course, what they're talking about with patterns is when you had to make a casting, you needed the pattern to do it with. And a wooden pattern.
That's when we made 3x5 cards to put the location on. We didn't have computers.
That's right. So you had to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
So from there, where'd you go?
From there, I went to upstairs to the engineering in the blueprint room. They wanted somebody to control the blueprint room, and we got a new running blueprint machine. And so I used to file all the blueprints and make books for the people in the plant, for the assembly floors, and also for people that had to work with blueprints. And it was a big job. It was my first job in the office.
So I was in the...
And from there, I went to accounting department, cost accounting. I knew all the part numbers, most of them, and I used to have to make estimates on parts service. And then we went to the machines after, so we used to have to make prints for probably 75 pages of stock lists with about 25 items on each page. So there was a big job. You had to make 3 sets of books.
I imagine that was a lot of work, and like when you're making estimates, you have to know how many hours the machinist is going to spend on that part.
Yeah, I worked there 17 years on cost accounting. And then they had an opening in the purchasing department, and they wanted to know if I wanted to become a buyer because I knew all the parts and I knew a lot of the customers. So then I went down in purchasing and became a buyer. Okay. That was my last job.
So you worked there?
I worked there for 18 years.
So who was your last boss?
Jerry Kelly.
Okay.
And I worked totally at Sheridan Harris for 35 years.
So you retired when the plant closed?
No, I didn't retire.
But you were there until the plant closed.
I worked till I was 79 years old.
Yeah, but you were there at the end with Harris.
Oh yeah, I was one of the last ones to leave.
Okay. And then after you left there, where'd you go?
I went to Plattsburgh Electric. No, I went to Plattsburgh Electric, and then I went to Kimpex.
Okay.
And I went to then I went to another individual from Canada, a private company that came in, and I worked there for a couple years. But I had to work because I don't like sitting around doing nothing.
So you worked till you're 79? So
yes,
you've taken the last dozen years off?
I worked till I was 79. I I still miss it. I still miss it. I can't work anymore because my wife watches me too closely.
Uh-oh. I know what that's like, believe me.
Yes, but it's I've been healthy. I've had different things. When you get older, everything goes wrong.
Well, you're in your 90s now, so...
I never was. No, I'll be
90?
89.
Be 89, okay.
My wife.
You're 9 years older than your cousin Ray.
I never was sick a day in my life till I was 80 years old.
Wow.
Never.
Wow.
Never went to the doctor. It's just for toothache or something like that, but otherwise nothing.
So
And then from then on, I had problems every year.
well, I think if the person saw you on the street, they'd never guess that you're about to turn 89. Because you've always,
I know, everybody tells me that.
You and your cousin Ray also looked younger than you're
And
supposed to.
my father was 90 when he passed away, and he had hair like I got. His hair wasn't gray at all.
Huh.
That's inherited, I guess.
Clean living, right?
Yeah.
All right, anything else, Puggy, that we should know
No,
about?
nothing else I can think of. I gave you my life history.
Okay, well-
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Norman.
See you later.
Norman Monette.
Yeah, bye-bye.
What am I supposed to talk about?
Well, you'll just answer questions here. So. Okay, what's your name, young fella?
Floyd Bursey, Champlain, New York.
All right. I just got done talking to a guy named Puggy. Do you have a nickname, too?
Deadeye. I got that from Sheridan.
It's a Sheridan name.
Yeah, I was working in a foundry and I got a hot chip in my eye and I wore a patch for a month and a half, so that's where I got the name.
Even though that eye came back just fine, it's still the name is still there.
Oh yes, it don't go away. You know how that is, Calvin.
So when did you start there?
Oh my God, I only had 9.5 years there,
When-
but I
what
left
year did you
there.
start?
I left there. Oh my God, I don't remember, to tell you the truth.
Well, you know when you left, so maybe back up 9.5 years. You were there in '66 when I started. I know that.
Oh yeah, I worked at Anchor 23.5 years. I got out of there in '93.
So about 1970 or so.
Probably so, yeah. Yeah.
So 69 or 70 when you so we back up maybe 1960 you might have started.
Yeah, and I tried to get out of there.
Oh wait, I want
Wanted a
first of
raise,
all.
and they wouldn't let me out of the helper group.
Okay.
So I applied to Anchor for a job for 2 years, and finally one day Bobby Filio called me up and said, "Can you come to work at midnight tonight?"
At Anchor Motor Freight.
At Anchor Motor Freight. So I gave Sheridan 2 weeks' notice. I worked 1 week at Anchor, and I made more money in 1 week than I used to make it for 3 weeks at Sheridan. So it was a good paying job,
Yeah.
But Sheridan was all right. I mean,
Now, so did you start as a helper?
Yes,
Who was your first boss?
Roland Emery.
Okay.
Yeah, and
The police chief here in.
I didn't work too hard there.
Didn't work too hard. No.
No, I used to hide with Albert in the,
Oh, wait, you-
closet, in the cabinet. Albert and I used to hide.
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay. Well, you started in the foundry, so Roland went
Well,
to
I
bed.
worked from the helper group, then they went to the foundry for a while. Then I came back to the helpers. I couldn't get out of there.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I know I saw you around the shipping department a lot when I started there.
yeah, I used to work around with Fred Trevay.
Uh-huh.
Old Fred Trevay, yeah.
So Fred taught you everything you know?
And I used to run the crane with Albert
Albert Juno.
Juno. I
Yeah.
used to run the other big crane. We used to load trucks a lot of times.
And that's synchronized work there when you're both
They
two
took
cranes on one item.
Yeah, they took me as a helper when they had qualified guys to run the crane. I don't know why. I ended up in a crane.
Well, they knew you had a dead eye, so they said he's got to be accurate.
I used to unload scrap out. No, they used to have the foundry there.
Yeah.
And I used to unload scrap out of the trailers with the magnet and all this stuff. And
That iron's
I
gotta
worked
come
all
from
around
somewhere.
the place. Well, I put my time in. I don't want to say it too loud. It was a good place to work. What the heck at the time,
Yeah.
There wasn't too many places to work in the area. But I worked at a place called Plasper Distributing for about 5 years before that, before I
Okay.
went to Sheridan.
So what year did you graduate from high school?
Shrezy School.
What year did you get out?
Oh my God. Around, I don't know, it was 53 or something like that. Then,
Didn't know the questions were going to be so hard, did you?
then I went in the military for 2 years. I got drafted. I got out. I got married, had one little bouncer. 3 years later, I got a call back in a year for the Berlin crisis. So I
Okay.
went back in again. So I served a year in Fort Dix, New Jersey. Before that, I took basic training in Fort Hood, Texas, and I had 18 months in Germany. It's good service, good service.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yeah, and I see you got an honor flight jacket, so you're one of the.
I just went in May.
Yeah.
That was great. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. Anybody that can go, they ought to go. Oh my God. And they don't forget you, Calvin.
Oh yeah.
My brother Colin lives in Albany, and my brother Lloyd lives in South Carolina. They went on the honor flight. After you come back, they forget you. All they give you is a T-shirt down there. Here, they give you a jacket,
A cap.
a hat, and a T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
So I said, they're North Country boys, so I bought 2 jackets and 2 hats, and I sent them down to them. Oh, they were happy. They were happy, really.
I can imagine.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
You got the date?
you guys got the date.
yeah.
All right.
Right.
Thanks to who was it? Who was it? Clarence LaFountain, and then we saw you and made sure you had the right date here, because I think Clarence gave you the wrong date to get here
Yeah,
today.
I got it. We're out at Bucky Moore.
Okay. All right. So you left Sheridan and went to. So that was roughly 1970 or so, 69 or 70, and then you went to Anchor and worked
Yeah.
there for 23 years. Is that where you retired from?
Yeah, I retired from there. And then I started driving truck for Owen Harvey, for Owen, and then Justin, for about five or 6 years.
Just in time.
And I retired at 80.
Oh.
I know, I didn't work hard, so, just get in the truck, drive across the border, bring produce down, drop it, go back, get another one for the road drivers to take out,
Oh. That was a.
So it wasn't a hard job.
No.
No.
So
I
you-
finally got out of there. I said, hey, it's time for to quit. Oh, I got to sit down. My
Okay.
legs are killing me.
All right. Well, I think we've heard. Whoop.
Little
We've.
legs bother me. Arthritis.
Yeah. Well, Arthur's like that. He's a nasty fellow, that Arthur.
Yeah. Tell
All
me
right.
about it.
Anything else you'd like to tell us here, Floyd?
No, that's about it, as far as I know.
All right. So I also want to know how you got that nickname, Deadeye, and now the whole world knows. All right.
Good.
All right. Floyd Bursey. Thank you.
Good talking to you.
Yeah, same here. Okay, we've got one more here. Actually, there were 4 here today, but Jay Boyer had to take off, so we'll get him in October. What's your name, young feller?
Albert G. Gokey.
Albert G. Gokey. And what year did you start at Sheridan Iron Works?
I started in 45.
1945. That was just right after the war.
Yep,
Were you in the war?
yep,
Have you been on the honor flight?
yep.
That was a good experience, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, it was.
Okay. So where'd you work in 45? You must have just got out of the military and applied
Yeah, I worked on the assembly, building machines.
right from the start,
Yeah,
day one. Who's your first boss?
Alex Shino.
Okay. Alex Shawnee. I never liked to talk to Alex Shawnee. Do you know why? Because of that pointy finger. When he'd talk to you, he'd
Oh, yeah.
poke you
I
in the
know.
chest with his finger.
You're right, you're right.
So you must have some pock marks in your chest if you worked for him for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it was with Alex, but he'd talk to you and he'd be pointing that finger right in your chest.
Then there was Steve Longtan.
Steve
And then
Longtan,
he
yeah.
worked, yeah.
Steve, he went on to own Riley Ford.
That's right,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So Steve was there when I was there. He was the head of the assembly floor when I first got there. So what machines were you building?
We were building the CT trimmer.
Okay. So did you stay with the CT trimmer? What machines did you work
Yeah,
on?
well, I worked on a lot of them, but we built, what was it, 550 CT trimmers.
You kept count.
Yep,
All right. Did you work in the HT too? Because I think
Yeah,
that same
I worked
floor
on
worked
the
on the
HT.
HT trimmers also.
I did.
Okay. So you worked closely with Mr. Jim Patno then at the end.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Jim's a great guy, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So how long did you work there? What year?
I started in 45, January 1st of 1945.
Wow. Then when did you retire?
1987.
You were there at the end?
September 1987.
So you were almost right to the very end then?
Yeah,
So you were doing mainly repairs at that time when
Yeah.
in 87?
yeah,
Because they weren't building any new machines at that point in time. It was
No.
just mainly
Yeah.
a repair service that they operated out of there till the end.
yeah.
So, still in the assembly floor. So who was your boss at that point?
Oh, well, Steve Longtan was for a while.
Right. But he was gone at that point in 87.
And then Jim Patno,
Jim Patno, okay.
and that was the last one.
Okay. So you enjoyed your 42 years there?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Almost 43. So that was you were definitely a long-time member of the 25-year club then.
yep, yep.
Was it 86 or 87 was the last year that the 25-year club got together?
87.
87, there was one last one, huh?
Yeah, this September of 87.
And for many years that was done right there at the Anchorage.
Yep.
So it was, the Anchorage is gone and. there's
Oh,
no-
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you were able to retire then when you left then? You were,
Yep.
You were, okay. Anything else we should know about you, Albert?
Oh, not very much.
Well, we appreciate you talking to us.
Still around.
Yeah. And we see you once in a while at some of the honor flight events.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Floyd wore his jacket today.
Oh, yeah.
So you wear your jacket too a couple times a year at
Oh,
least.
yeah. I could have had it on this
Oh,
morning.
sure,
but-
of course. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr.
Okay.
Albert Gokey, a longtime employee at Sheridan Iron Works, Harris Graphics.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Calvin.